Okay, so my nails are 3 weeks old. I have a lot of growth and a lot of damage since I haven't been careful with them. I even started to nibble them off, but before doing so, I decided it was time for an infill. I'm lying. We're not going to infill these nails. I'm going to completely remove them and start afresh. So if you want to see how I prep and get rid of an old set for a new one, then keep on watching this video.
I'm always doing the most, finish my cup and reload. Let it swing right back, let it swing right back.
Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video I am going to be redoing my set. Originally I was going to go ahead and do an infill and some repairs where I needed them. I did have some cracks in the side walls where I'd been heavy-handed. I mean, these nails have been through a lot. I've been gardening, decorating, building furniture, even trying to bite them off, because when nails start growing out I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to get rid, or I'm going to destroy these. I don't know if anyone else is like that. I don't do it as much as I used to, but definitely need to stop that one. But anyway, as I was going and beginning to debulk and remove the acrylic, I did then decide that I was just going to remove them all and apply new tips. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. I'm not going to use any acetone, I'm not going to soak any product off because it's not necessary, and I'm going to show you my method of doing this and how you can do it as well. So I'm using the Nailmate Glitter Planet 4 Extra Coarse bit, and this bit is perfect for removing bulk and really just getting the job done. So I showed you the first nail removal in real time, and then I've just sped up the rest even though I've left them in, just to save you guys kind of, you know, seeing the same thing, although it is very satisfying seeing product being removed with this bit. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and remove that, and then we'll move on to the next step. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please do give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also comment down below if you do enjoy this video as well, and whether you love autumn nails or Halloween nails. I did do a poll, but I don't know how many of you saw that, so let me know what's your favourite, Halloween or autumn. Let's get discussing. Also, I am going to do this in a two-part video. I'm going to show you how I prep my nails ready for acrylic application, including this removal, and then I'll do the actual set in part 2 of this video, so look out for that. It will be coming very shortly after this one. I also wanted to let you know that I will be listing and linking all of the products that I use in the description box down below. So if you are interested in anything, then just pop down there and you will be able to see the links along with my coupon code as well. I'm coming in with the Ombre Fluffy Dust Brush, the large one, and I'm just going to remove all of the dust from my hands and nails. And yeah, I just love this fluffy brush for getting rid of all of the dust. You can see as well a few of the tips did snap off as I was removing the bulk. That wasn't an issue because at this point I'd already decided that I was going to remove those anyway. So you'll see on the next step how we do that. I'm going to come in with the Tool Envy tip cutters from Glitter Planet, and these are the new style. So they are the same as our others. They'll come in kind of purpley, maroon, orangey, fiery colours, but they just have a new matte forks leather pouch to store them in. We did launch a few different tools and I am so excited about it, and I'm excited to use some in this video as well. I'm just going to go ahead, and since we've already debugged the acrylic, it's safe to come in with our tip cutters. If your acrylic was super thick still, I wouldn't recommend coming in with that because you can risk splitting the product and damaging your nail underneath, which would be terrible. So definitely thin out that product prior to using any clippers or tip cutters on an extension. Next, to further reduce the product on the nail plate, I'm going to come in with my 100-180 grit files. These are the best files ever. If you know, you know. I'm just coming in and removing the acrylic. I'm not filing the natural nail at all. You definitely don't want to do that because then you're going to break down those layers, and that's going to actually cause damage to the natural nail that you don't want to happen. So I'm simply reducing the thickness of the acrylic. I wouldn't do this with the 4 extra coarse bit because it is super coarse and it's like a mean acrylic eating machine. I wouldn't accidentally want to go further through and damage my nail plate, which is why I always do switch over to the hand file. You could of course choose a sanding band as well on your e-file, but I've just always preferred this method at this point. So that's what I'm doing. I'm shortening the length of my nails as well. Since they already have a little bit of acrylic on the end, it's easy for me to file those down into shape. Because I'm going to be applying another tip, I do like to take those back so that it's a fresh kind of start all round. So once we've gone ahead and finished filing down the bulk of the acrylic again on the natural nail so that we are thin enough to apply a tip on that free edge, this is how it will look. There is still a little bit of acrylic product on there, but because I'm going to be applying more product over the top, it really isn't a problem at all, and I am happy with that thickness and to leave that product on there. It's not going to cause any issues as long as it isn't lifted. You don't want to apply any product over the top of lifting product because that again is going to cause issues. So next I'm coming in with the push and scrape, which is a new tool. It's a dual-sided manicure tool which has a hoof pusher or a spoon pusher on one side, which I just love using. I find them super easy and gentle to use. And then we also have the angled scraper on the other side. So I first come in and push back the cuticles, and I'm doing this gently and making sure that I'm not going to cause any damage. I'm not applying heavy pressure to the nail plate because again this can cause damage and you'll see it kind of growing out if you have dints in your nails or any kind of what's it called, I was going to say deformation, but deformity, I guess, like your nails got any grooves or indents in. It's possible that you may have pushed back and pushed down with too much pressure when doing your cuticle area, and that will then just kind of grow out in the nail, and that's what you'll see with those divots or rivets in the nail. I'll try and do another video on kind of that in more detail with examples because I know that that is probably not making sense, but if it does, yay. If not, we'll do it again, don't worry. So yeah, I'm just pushing back those cuticles. The cuticle has overgrown on the nail. As you can see, I'm lifting some of that product off, but then what I'm going to do is come and flip around to the scrape side, and we're going to scrape and lift away. Can you see how I'm just using the corner of that tool to gently lift the cuticle that has kind of embedded itself onto the nail plate? Because we want that area to be even and neat, sometimes it's quite difficult to just push it back because it is attached to the nail quite strongly with a firm bond. You don't want to kind of just push it back, end up slipping and kind of jam into the skin, which I've seen so many people do that before. I've done that before. It's not cool. So by using the scraper side of this tool, you can gently angle it and use a little amount of pressure to lift that away, which is then going to allow you to move on to the next step, which is nipping away any excess cuticle and dead skin that has lifted up and is kind of overhanging onto the nail plate. And can you see all of that cuticle that's lifted away? Honestly, unbelievable. Literally live. I love these manicure tools. We have the super scraper, the baby scraper, and the push and scrape, and they are all fabulous for all different reasons. You could use one of them or multiples of them. You could have one of each, so you can rotate them throughout the day, making sure to clean them between clients, of course. But yeah, I just absolutely love them. They get the job done and they are efficient and effective at lifting up that cuticle. So the next step that I'm going to be taking is using our new curette tool. So this step is optional and it's just a kind of further measure to take if you really want to be extra thorough with your prep. And it's this kind of spoon shaped pusher which will scrape away any dead skin, dead cuticle from that nail plate, and also allow you to get further into the side walls. But as well as that, it also ensures that the kind of shape of the cuticle area as you do push it back is kept in a nice even shape, I was going to say, but I suppose it is, because I've had issues before where I've kind of done all my cuticle work and I've got a cuticle that's a little bit wonky donkey, which is very annoying. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. The next tool I'm using is the new spring nippers. So these don't have kind of the same function as our other nippers that we have, although they, well, evidently they do. They nip away the excess cuticle, but the actual mechanics of the nippers is different. So easy to use, absolutely no pressure or kind of uncomfortableness or anything whilst you hold this tool, so it's perfect. All you have to do is literally give it a little squeeze and that is it. I just love them. So this is a new one for our tool range as well. Absolutely love. We will be getting our lock-in nippers and other design nippers back in soon. It's just been a work in process. We've had so many new things come in, and these things take so long to manufacture and process and make. And of course we don't outsource anything as far as design work or packaging and things like that. We do everything, so it takes us even longer, I guess. But yeah, hopefully you guys love everything that we bring. Next I'm going to use the round diamond bit for my cuticle area. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit chesty. This again is going to further remove any dead skin and kind of that's on the nail plate, but also on that skin that surrounds the nail as well. Also, did you peep my bracelets? Can we just say I am hand making these and I have an Etsy shop. I really fancied a new hobby, I guess you could say, and I had a few people request that I make them some, so I did decide to do an Etsy shop. I'm going to do some that say nail tech, and of course you can have your Instagram name on and all that good stuff, which I think is super fun. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's listed below if you are interested. The next step is to apply, well, first off you want to clean your nails and hands. You can use the Safe Scrub, and this is also going to dehydrate the nail plate. You then want to come in and add your primer. I use the Pro Bond from Glitter Planet, and then you're ready to apply your tips. I'm using the clear easy tips and I'm applying those with the instant nail glue to the free edge of the nail, and I just love the length of these tips. However, I am trimming them because I'm going to do a coffin shape nail. So yeah, that is how they look. I'm going to come in with the tip cutters as I said, and I'm just showing you my bracelets again because I love them and they just look so cute when I caught them on camera. I was like, look how fancy they are. Yeah, coming in with the tip cutters, trimming off the end of those, and the perfect coffin shape has arrived. Hello. That is it. After I've trimmed these, that is literally it, this part of the video. Removal of acrylics without soaking off, application of tips, prepping the nail, how I prep my nails. Part 2 will be creating the design, and it's a beautiful autumn pastel 3D pumpkin inspired design, which I am excited about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, remember that you are bomb.com, lit as fuck, and don't ever let anybody tell you any different. You've got this, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.